Okay, question 18. Considering following problem, solve the inequality quarter to the power n is less than 1 over 32 to the power 10, where n is a positive integer. A student produces the following arguments. Okay, so there's some algebra going on, so you guys have a read of the algebra and see if you agree with the student. So the question is, which step, if any, in the argument is invalid? Okay, so the options are, of course, well, either is correct, either step 1 is wrong, step 2 is wrong, and so on and so on, yeah, until step 5 is wrong. So let's have a look. What do we think? So the first step is just logging base a half on both sides. All right. Okay, is that good or is that not good? So back in the day when we were younger, right, we're taught that if I multiply by a negative number or divide by a negative number, I got to swap the signs of the inequality, right? Do you know why that is? So it's because that the negative sign, right, if you multiply by -1, that is a function which is decreasing, right? Is a decreasing function, right? Y equals -x is a decreasing function. This is very important, yeah? When you apply a decreasing function on both sides of the equation, then you gotta swap the signs. Okay, so for example, let me prove to you. Y is adding 3 to both sides. Okay, why do I not have to change the sign if I add 3 to both sides? That's because y equals x plus 3 is an increasing function, right? You're applying plus 3 to both sides. Same logic, if you apply minus 3 to both sides, x minus 3 is still an increasing function. That's why you don't swap the sign, right? Okay, so now today, you're applying log base a half, right? So what is this? Is it a decreasing function? Well, let's check. So if I draw the exponential, right? If I draw the exponential, then a half to the power x looks like this, right? And now when I draw the log function, which is the inverse of the exponential, right? So it would look something like, so reflecting the y equals x line, yeah, for the inverse function, it looks something like what? So let me use blue. It looks something like maybe this, right? So you see the blue guy is decreasing, monotonic, decreasing, right? So that's why log base a half is a decreasing function, and the sign should be flipped. Yeah, and then the sign should be flipped. Yeah, that's the key thing. Yeah, so from now on, you know, not only when you multiply or divide by negative sign, then you flip the inequality sign, right? When you apply a decreasing function in general, then you flip. Okay, no matter what decreasing function you apply. Yeah, it could be anything. So there you are. Yeah, the step 1 is already an issue. So we already know that the answer is, if we have a look, is B. Yeah? Only step 1 is invalid. The rest are correct. Yeah, the rest is just algebra, right? So the rest has to be correct.